The document they didn't want you to see was stamped with a date, May 30th, 2024. It wasn't a press release. It wasn't a marketing brochure celebrating the power of the iForce Max. It was a safety recall report submitted to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, number 24 V381. And inside that sterile, bureaucratic PDF lay the admission that would shatter the bedrock of the automotive world's most trusted brand. The text was dry, but the implication was catastrophic. Machining debris may not have been cleared from the engine. Machining debris. Metal shavings. Inside the very heart of the V35A-FTS 4L Twin-Turbo V6. The engine that was supposed to replace the legendary, bulletproof 5.7L V8. The engine that was supposed to carry Toyota into the future. Instead, it is dragging them into a $2.8 billion nightmare. This isn't just about a bad batch of trucks. This is a forensic dismantling of a systemic failure in quality control at the San Antonio and Alabama assembly lines. A failure so severe it has forced the replacement of over 100,000 engines. We are talking about a complete short block assembly replacement. This is open-heart surgery on a mass scale. Welcome to the end of the myth. To understand the magnitude of this collapse, we have to go back to the decision that started it all, the death of the UR Series V8. For 2 decades, the 5.7L V8 was the gold standard of reliability. It was thirsty, it was old, but it did not break. When Toyota announced the third-generation Tundra, the XK70, they made a gamble. They bet the farm on forced induction. They moved to the V35A-FTS, a complex, high-tolerance twin-turbocharged V6 architecture shared with the Lexus LX600. On paper, it was brilliant. More torque, better efficiency, modern tech. But in the real world, inside the high-pressure environment of the Huntsville, Alabama engine plant, something went wrong. The investigation reveals that during the machining of the engine block, specifically the main bearing journals, metal debris, tiny, microscopic shards of aluminum and steel, was not properly flushed from the oil passages. This isn't a design flaw in the geometry of the engine, this is a process failure. It is the automotive equivalent of a surgeon leaving a scalpel inside a patient. These shards sat dormant, waiting for a customer to buy a $75,000 TRD Pro. Waiting for the first oil change. As the engine runs, oil pressure pushes this debris directly into the main bearings. The result? Catastrophic seizure. Let's look at the financials, because the engineering failure is only half the story. The scale of this recall is unprecedented in Toyota's history for a single mechanical component. We are looking at approximately 102,000 vehicles initially recalled, encompassing the 2022 and 2023 model years. But the scope is widening. Mechanics are reporting 2024 models with similar symptoms: knocking, sudden loss of power, and the dreaded Christmas tree dashboard. If we calculate the costs conservatively, a complete V35A short block replacement, including labor, which involves lifting the cab off the chassis, fluids, gaskets, and loaner vehicles, averages between $20,000 and $30,000 per claim at dealer retail rates. Even at internal warranty costs, Toyota is bleeding. Multiply $15,000 by 100,000 units. That is $1. $5 billion purely in hard costs. Factor in the halted production, the stop sale orders sitting on dealer lots gathering dust, the logistics of shipping 100,000 engine blocks across the globe, and the legal settlements for class action lawsuits accumulating in Texas and California. And the figure easily swells past the $2.8 billion mark. This is a financial crater the size of the manufacturing plant itself. What makes this terrifying for the consumer is the silence. For months, owners on Tundra Solutions and Reddit were reporting sudden engine failures at highway speeds. Trucks with 5,000 miles, 10,000 miles, breaking themselves in the fast lane. Toyota's initial response was sporadic. Some dealers replaced engines quietly. Others claimed user error or bad fuel. It wasn't until the NHTSA pressure mounted that the dam broke. The whistleblowers inside the supply chain had been sounding the alarm about cleanliness standards in the block machining process for over a year. Sources allege that the pressure to meet production quotas for the new Tundra launch led to a bypass of certain high-pressure washing cycles in the manufacturing line. Speed over quality. The very antithesis of the Toyota way. The Kaizen philosophy, continuous improvement, was replaced by a frantic rush to compete with the Ford F-150 Power Boost and the Ram 1500. Visualize the failure mechanism. The V35A uses a hybrid main bearing design to handle the massive torque of the twin turbos. When that debris enters the oil film between the crankshaft and the bearing, it doesn't just scratch the surface, it welds. The friction heat spikes instantly. The bearing spins. The crankshaft locks. The connecting rods, suddenly finding nowhere to send their kinetic energy, can shatter or punch a window through the side of the block. We have seen footage of Tundras on the side of the highway with oil pooling underneath, the rod caps lying on the asphalt. This is a violent, catastrophic end to an engine. And it is happening to the brand whose entire identity is built on the promise that this never happens. But the scandal goes deeper than just the metal. It's about the market manipulation. While these reports were filtering up to corporate in Plano, Texas, and Toyota City in Japan, sales continued. Inventory was pushed. Incentives were rolled out. They sold these trucks knowing the ticking time bomb was inside the block. The resale value of the 2022 to 2024 Tundra has taken a nosedive. Who wants to buy a used truck that might need a cab-off engine replacement? The Toyota tax, that premium you pay for reliability, has evaporated. You are now paying a premium for reliability. Compare this to the Ford 2.7L EcoBoost Bronco valve issues or the Ram EcoDiesel recalls. Those were bad. But this strikes at the core of the truck's purpose. A truck is a tool. If the tool breaks, it is useless. We need to talk about the fix. Toyota's remedy is to replace the engine. But with what? Another V35A from the same assembly line? Have they truly solved the machining debris issue? They claim they have updated the cleaning process as of late 2023. But trust is a non-renewable resource. Every time a mechanic lifts the cab off a brand new Tundra, the image of Toyota's invincibility cracks a little more. The sheer logistics of this recall are a logistical nightmare. Dealerships are not equipped to do 5, 10, 20 engine replacements a week. They don't have the bays. They don't have the technicians. The backlog is months long. Owners are stuck in rental Corollas while their $80,000 off-road beasts sit in the back lot, disassembled, waiting for a short block that might not arrive until next quarter. This leads us to the corporate leadership. Akio Toyoda, the man who famously said no more boring cars, stepped down as CEO to become chairman, handing the reins to Koji Sato. This crisis landed squarely on Sato's desk, but the development occurred under Toyota's watch. The pressure to electrify, to modernize, to shed the dinosaur image of the old V8, pushed them into a corner. They needed the efficiency of the V6 to meet CAFE standards. They needed the power of the V4. In that pursuit, they lost their way. They forgot that a Toyota doesn't need to be the fastest. It doesn't need to be the most high-tech. It just needs to start. Every single time. The forensic evidence from the teardowns is damning. Independent shops that have dissected failed units found consistent scarring on the number 1 and number 4 main bearings. This indicates a flow pattern of debris. It proves the NHTSA report correct. It validates the fears of thousands of owners. And it exposes the terrifying reality of modern automotive manufacturing. Tolerances are so tight, complexity is so high, that a microscopic piece of dust can destroy a multi-billion-dollar reputation. The V8 had loose tolerances. It could eat a little dirt and keep running. The twin-turbo V6 is a Swiss watch. And you don't take a Swiss watch into a mud pit without consequences. As we look at the stock impact, TM, Toyota Motor Corp, has faced volatility. Investors are spooked. Not just because of the recall costs, but because this signals a degradation of the moat. Toyota's moat was quality. If that is gone, they are just another car company fighting for margin in a saturated market. They are now vulnerable to Hyundai, to Ford, even to the Chinese EVs knocking on the door. This scandal is the chink in the armor that the competition has been waiting for. In conclusion, the Tundra recall is not just a service bulletin. It is a historical inflection point. It is the moment the giant stumbled. For the owners, it is a betrayal. For the industry, it is a warning. And for Toyota, it is a $2.8 billion lesson in humility. The debris in the engine block is a metaphor for the debris in the corporate structure, shortcuts, pressure, and the erosion of the principles that built the empire. The V8 is dead. Long live the V6? Only if it survives the next 10,000 miles. And right now, that is a gamble no one should have to take.